Sri Sathya Sai Loka Seva Gurukulam. Today we are going to continue learning the unit Kingdom, Plantae and Animalia part 11. First we will start with the previous home assignment answers. The first question asked was, what is regeneration? Regeneration is a phenomena we can see in animals where it can able to regenerate the last part by means of a stem cell which is present in the body. Say for an example, the lizard will have the tail, but if the tail is removed or cut, it has an ability to regenerate the tail. That is known as regeneration. What are univalve and bivalve? What is the meaning of it? When you are considering that, we are talking about mollusca. Mollusca is having an external skeleton and that is of calcareous in nature. You can call it as a shell. This shell may be a single or it may be two in number, double, right? If it is having only one shell, then it is known as univalve, and when it is having two shells, then it is known as bivalve. Here, snail and the oyster are the example for that category. Now we will see the learning objective of today's class. We are going to study Kingdom Animalia. In that we will see about the chordates. The main characteristic feature and classification is what we are going to see in this chapter. In phylum Chordata, we are having three main characteristic feature these organisms are having. The first one is the notochord, then the nerve cord. The third characteristic feature is gill slit. This is a most important question which will be asked in your examination. These three characteristic feature we will see one after another. The notochord, it is present at some stage of the life of an organism. Maybe it will be present only during a certain stage or during very short duration of its lifetime. And it is in higher organism replaced by backbone. The next characteristic feature is the nerve cord, which is present dorsally. Dorsal is one of the feature which we can able to see to discriminate from the front and back side of the body, right and left, like we will call it as. So here the front and back side of the body, the back side is known as the ventral side of the body. Then the gill slit in few organisms it is present and persists throughout its life, but few organisms will have the gill slit during certain part of their lifetime and it will vanish or replaced by the other kind of breathing organ or the respiratory organ in higher organism. So these are the three main characteristic feature we will see in all the chordate. Then the body is divided into two parts, head and a trunk. The head is well demarcated. We can clearly see the head of the organism and the rest of the body is known as the trunk, and they will have two pairs of appendages, that is two legs and two hands as in human, or four-legged animals you can consider in other organisms like in frog, or you can consider in lizard. We can see that the two appendages are present, two pairs of appendages are present, but we have studied about multiple appendages in the previous invertebrata group, right? In Nereis or in the centipede, we have many appendages which is present, but here only 4 appendages is present in the organism. Now we will continue see what are the characteristic feature of the urochordate. In urochordate, the notochord is present in this organism during only the larval stage. As the organism mature, it loses the notochord and we cannot able to see this organism as a distinct head and tail with the appendages and all. We cannot able to see this organism. We will see the characteristic feature. The body is a bag shaped, like a gunny bag, how it will look like. It is exactly like the bag shaped organism which is covered by a thin membranous cover which is known as tunic or testa. That is present only in the adult stage. Mostly the larvae are free swimming organism and they don't have any kind of appendages like legs and hands. These organisms won't have. These organisms won't have any limbs, so the organisms will look like a sac. and they are having a dorsal tubular nerve cord which is restricted itself to only the larval stage. As they are becoming an adult, it will become diminished. The example for this organism is Hardimania. Now we will see cephalochordate. In cephalochordate, the notochord and the nerve cord which remains, and we can able to see the existence throughout its life, and we can see that is running through the entire length of the organism, that is from the head to the trunk, the notochord and the nerve cord is running. The body is, as usual, we can see that it is long. So, the organisms are like a small needle-like structure, and they are elongated and flattened from both the sides, from side to side flattened organism. These organisms are having a limbs or a pair of fins, using that these organisms will be moving around. They are having a dorsal tubular nerve cord which is present in the adult. Here the example is Amphiopsis. Now we will see the vertebrate. Vertebrate, the notochord, in vertebrate the notochord is replaced by the backbone. As we can see in the human also, we are having the vertebral column which is present. The body is well developed, and we can able to see the head, and some of the organisms will have a pair of fin for the locomotion, or it will have a limb for the locomotion. The fin and the limb are present in the pair, and they will have a endoskeleton. This endoskeleton may be a cartilaginous structure or it may be a bony structure. Sometimes few of the internal skeleton may be a cartilaginous in nature. They are having a paired limb, and they are 2 in number, 2 pair of limbs. So, 4 limbs these organisms are having, hence they are known as tetrapoda. The dorsal tubular nerve cord, which is divided into 2 parts. The first one is brain, and then throughout the body or part of the body we can able to see the spinal cord which is present in this organism. And here the example are all the organisms which are having the backbone. You can write it as fish or human or whatever organism which we can see in the vertebrate, we can write any of the organism as an example. With that, we came to the end of the class. Now we will see the home assignment question. Name the group of the animal which possessing the backbone, and differentiate the subphylum Urochordata and subphylum Cephalochordata. Hope you understand the PPT. Thanks for watching. Om Shri Sai Ram.